All right, so here, guys, is yet another episode of this live stream. Where we are exploring what AI agents are. We've been doing a lot of stuff around exploring AI agents, doing things around. We built in day one of our stream. We built like a basic AI agent that just took on our character, took on the Twitter of took on my Twitter actually. I think day two we did some more stuff around there. Then day three we tried something around. If I remember correctly, now we tried to see if we could create AI agents that would speak to each other over a shared database of 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 movies. I think that was what I was supposed to be about. Yeah, and then we're supposed to continue from then on, but I fell violently ill. If any of you if you came down to Lagos for 30 December, you know that there's been a bug floating around Lagos, and I guess I got the last version of it. So I've been out in the hospital getting some medical help. Fortunately, I'm back on my feet slightly. I got out of the hospital today, and I knew I almost immediately had to get to building what you guys want to see me build. So it's exciting because I had to do this because really time is going. Time is of the essence, and we have our challenge 180 days. So this is day 4 of 180 days of building consistently, building AI agents consistently in public, speaking about it, documenting it, building as many as we can build. I have a bank of 16 to 20 ideas. And today, oh shit, we have a lot of things on screen. But today we're going to be building. We're starting the building of an amazing AI agent that I spoke about on. That is the title of this stream, right? It's an autonomous DeFi agent that maximizes yield and while protecting against liquidations across the Aave, Compound, and MakerDAO protocols. So what it does is that it automatically rebalances positions across protocols and uses AI to predict and prevent liquidation risks while optimizing for the highest yields. I'm also going to be tossing in some gamification features for this project too. I'm hoping that I can build an MVP of this that is working and people can use over the next 2 weeks. Because I've realized that when with ADHD means that I have very low attention span, and so I have to build. I have to build, and I have to get an MVP out quick. Now, MVP does not mean that there will not be security. There's going to be a lot of security baked into this. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, and I hope that you're going to be seeing build a lot of things, So across my Twitter, across my LinkedIn, across my YouTube, and across my Twitch, they're going to be seeing in real time how I'm building this. But not really real time, to be honest, because what I'm doing is that I'm going to be building it a lot during the daytime. Now is night time for me, right? So I'll be taking a little snippets and rebuilding them in public, or rather building them in public, right? But I'm going to spend a lot of my day building this. So whenever I can go live, I'll make sure I go live. But I'm trying to look out for time zone differences and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what it's going to be about. I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm going to be showing you a little markdown of what it looks like. Also, why do I have this out here? All right, cool. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can arrange. So I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. All right. Cool. So I'm just going to check for this very quickly. I need to look for a markdown preview of bookmarks. No, this is I'm just looking for markdown. I need a preview so I can show you guys what this looks like. Let's see. What can I use as a markdown preview? I'm just going to use a regular. Let's just use this. All right. I'm going to be. All right, cool. So we have this here, and I'm just going to copy this from here and show you guys what it looks like. I'm just going to put this in here. All right, cool. So this is what we're going to be building. I hope you guys can see this. I don't think I've been knocked out. I'm gonna share my screen again. Yeah, sorry, something happened. I don't know what happened. Okay. So this is what we're going to be building, right? We're going to be building a project. I'm going to be. This is literally just a lot of stuff. Because, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to get a lot of help from AI. So I use AI to build out the PRD. I'm going to be code naming this Lootchain, not because I like the name Lootchain, but because I already had a folder called Lootchain, and I was too lazy. I just started out my day. I just got better. So you guys take it easy. So we're going to be calling project Lootchain, and it's just essentially a project that allows users to maximize yield and manage risk by leveraging AI to automate borrowing, relocating funds, optimizing strategies, and dynamically mitigating liquidation risk across different protocols. It's essentially just a tool that uses AI to do your DeFi. So you're going to be getting automation of borrowing, reallocating funds, ensuring that you're getting yields across protocols in the right manner, right? So the core features are going to be autonomous borrowing and leveraging. So we're going to be doing things around the realm of, so it's going to track borrowing rates, collateral health, and utilization across multiple lending protocols. Then it's going to automatically borrow and reallocate funds to achieve optimal yields. My goal for this is just to ensure that you can, like, for the reason why I'm building this is because I have some stable coin that I just keep and it's just there earning nothing, doing nothing for me, right? I want to be able to toss it in one protocol and then have it. But what then happens when the APY in one protocol is better somewhere else is better, or maybe I just want to be able to move across protocol and just maximize my yield across different protocols, right? Also do it in an intelligent way using AI to ensure that I do not let my gas fees not chop into what my yield, what you call it now, what my profit will be, right? So that's my goal. I also want to do, like I said, also so automatically rebalances and repays loans to minimize liquidation risk. So my goal is to do a real-time aggregation across supported protocols, which are in this context going to be Aave, Compound, and MakerDAO. I need to invite some people to stream. Guys, give me a minute. Let me see if I can get the link for the stream. Yeah, I think it's right here. I'm just going to copy this link. I need to send it to a couple of friends. So I can find so yeah, builder stream. Back in the okay, sweet. So yeah, I'm just gonna send that to a few friends of mine. So I mean, for this now, we're going to be starting out with Aave. We're going to be moving on to MakerDAO and Compound. When I built out this PRD, I realized that I was only just working with Aave, which is wrong because we are going to be bouncing across different protocols. So it makes sense for us to get it across different protocols. Also, I should mention that if you're looking to join this challenge, you can definitely come join a group that I have formed. I have some amazing people on the group that really form the structure of how we are doing this. So, like, really, you just come. If you're looking to build AI agents, in 2025, you can definitely come and join this amazing group chat where we're just really supporting each other. We're literally very small, so but you'll find a lot of accountabilities happening and all that good stuff. So right now, so what's the workflow for our project is that you evaluate yields across protocols, then you validate safety using AI, and then provide strategic recommendations based on real-time data and AI-driven simulations. So you can see that's just what we're just doing right here. It's just a lot of stuff around, around the DeFi space. The reason why, like I mentioned, for me now, it is very, very important for me because I'm building this for myself. I want to be able to toss my money in and get multiple yields across multiple protocols while hedging against liquidation risks maximizing how much I can get by way of of APYs and other good stuff. So the plan for it is that I'm going to be having a free tier, I'm going to have a premium tier, and I'm going to be having an enterprise tier. For the free tier, it's just literally what you can just do. Just literally going to be Aave. You can just toss it in, and you can use Aave to monitor. And you can toss into Aave, for example, and you can just like have R2 monitor it for you. But for like the premium tier, it's going to be definitely autonomous risk execution. So you can talk to it via whatever integration we have. I'm going to be building this on a Lisa OS. So what that means is that with the Lisa OS, you can talk to it via what you call it now. You can talk to it via literally any route, via this. I'm probably going to build in a Discord, probably Telegram integration, that you can talk to it through. And then there's a multi-protocol integration and all that good stuff. Real-time risk and monitoring, and there's an enterprise tier which I'm going to be building out too. So this is pretty much what the plans would look like, right? And so there's an implementation strategy I have set up, right? And for paying for this, right, we're going to be building out this. We're going to be building out a meme coin that is more of a utility coin than anything else. So you see how it works. I'm going to come down to it, and we're going to be building a lot of stuff, right? So I'm just going to walk through this. If you want this document, let me know. I'm going to be asking that anyone that wants the document can come ask for it. So if you want this document, the document for building on our thoughts around this project, please let me know. And I'll just send it to you. Why not? We are building in public. We are building in public. All right, cool. So yeah, so I was saying, so I mean, there's an integration strategy. There's a what you call it now? There's an implementation strategy for this. I'm going to be using to build this, right? You find that in all of my engineering live streams, I'm incredibly granular with how I deal with engineering, right? What I'm going to be doing is building multiple versions. This is not formatted properly. This will be fixed. But you find that granularity is very important for me when I'm building out a new project. For this project now, there are different parts of it. There is the data layer, and there is give me a minute. The data layer, there is the smart contract layer. I need to format this. Give me a minute. I can't get past it. My eyes are hurting. I'm just gonna deal with this right now. So I just want to format this. So I'm just gonna move this. All right, so the reason why this is particularly expanded is because I have started with this already, right? So now let's go to this. Like I mentioned, the implementation strategy. What's very important for me when I'm building a project, as now I'm building this project, is I'm very granular with my conversations around it. So I mean, the first layer there are 6 layers to this now. There is the data layer, there's the smart contract layer, there's the AI integration and the risk assessment system layer. There is the user interface, and of course there's all that good stuff. And there's the integration layer, and there's the testing and quality assurance unit integration testing layer. So the data layer components is what we are building right now. And even that still requires some granularity, because it means that we are building on the base data fetching service, we are building the data normalization and storage, and then the integration expansion. And even that gets granular, because even that going down forward, what I've done is to go on to build and what I'm going to be building is a set of proof of concepts, right? Then from there, then build the project, right? So what I've done is that I've built a few things. So there's a base data layer, base data fetching service, which is so we create a service for fetching user positions, health factors, and market data from Aave 3. Aave V3 using a direct contract interaction. So when I wanted to start building this, I first thought to myself that I wanted to build something that was going to be more. I wanted to use the graph, right? I wanted to use source subgraphs. But then I realized that the implementation for how subgraphs were working were no longer it no longer was working. So that's when I tweeted this. I tweeted this out. Tweeted this about how it's that the subgraphs for Aave V3 has been deprecated. So please watch out if your service is dependent upon this. This is actually, let me show you what it looks like. So I can increase this font a little bit so you can see what the problem is. So you can see that if you're going to be doing an integration with Aave V3, the subgraph, sorry, let me see if I can get this away. The subgraphs endpoints have been deprecated. And so this subgraph, and this is why it's so important for me to get proof of concepts, because I feel like I say what happens when you are engineering, when you're building any form of engineering project, is that you need to build proof of concept that tell you that, okay, this is all of the little integrations that I need to build can be built. And then after building those little proof of concept, then you can take that and then be to build your distance. So you already have the thinking. Of course, I can say I'm doing this because I'm a solo developer and I do this for my own self, right? But I think if for every time that I've been an engineering manager, or I've been a lead developer in a project, I've always thought that building a proof of concept was one way to validate the thesis or what the engineering looks like. I mean, so this is something that I like to do. So this, when I was planning this project, I thought to myself I wanted to use the graphs, subgraphs, and I found this doesn't work. So I mean, obviously that meant I had to just do, I took for another route around it. And what I did then was then get what you call it now. I just did a direct contract interaction, right? And then up next, what I did was to implement error handling. Of course, what we'll be doing is to implement error handling to ensure visibility and then all of this good stuff. So I mean, the first thing to do is to to develop a data normalization service to standardize Aave responses for AI processing, maintain a cache for racing data with configurable TTL and update frequency. Then you update contract. I need to increase the font on this. I don't think anyone can see this. Yeah, cool. I think this is better. And so what we want to do is we want to transform the raw contract data into consistent formats for cross-platform compatibility. And they want to extend the services to Compound and MakerDAO, ensuring retrieval of borrowing rates, collateral factors, and liquidity metrics. They want to abstract the common interfaces for multi-protocol support and then implement protocol-specific data transformers. So, I mean, it seems complicated, but it kind of makes sense because what you simply just do, we are just pulling in data from the different protocols, so from Compound to MakerDAO and Aave, and then we are going to create common interfaces for multi-protocol support, and then we feed all of this into a data normalization service that now processes the AI, and then we maintain a cache of recent data, right? And then we make an update frequency where we refresh, we have like a timeout where the refresh happens per that timeout, and then after that happens, we just simply take that data and we use to feed our AI, and our AI then does like a real-time processing of what is happening across those protocols to ensure that we're able to get, what the health status is of the loans that we have deployed in those protocols. That's just pretty much it. That is what the data layer development will look like essentially. But what I did was what I thought to myself was, I mean, that is obviously what we're going to be doing here. It's complicated, but it's simply just making sure that we have the right data, make sure that we create an interface that deals with all of these common protocols, and then tossing everything into AI, and then standardizing that. So the real problem here now is first of all, dealing with the different protocols that we are dealing with, the Aave, the Compound, and then MakerDAO, and creating proof of concept for pulling this data from all of them. That is what I thought to myself. So the first thing for us to do is that so the first thing we're just going to do is just I don't think I can do that. Anyways, I'm just going to move this here a little bit and move this here. And let's see if I can get the font up a little bit. Okay. And so, I mean, brain dump obviously was just like my entire thing. So what I want to do is I want to create So proof of concepts. And what I want to do is in here, I want to get POC. Oh no, that's wrong. Just going to rename this. Gonna do okay, so I'm just gonna open this in here and just do it quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, cool. Give me a minute, guys. All right, cool. Just give me a minute. So I'm trying to see. So what I want to do is, so I'm just gonna go over here and just go to CD proof of concepts. Right? That's how I put Jesus Christ of concepts and just go POC. I'm just gonna do a clear and just simply just do npm init. So we're going to be using, I should mention that our tech stack is going to be predominantly JavaScript and predominantly TypeScript, my apologies. And then we're just going to do a quick install of everything that we should need. We should need all of this. So we're going to need, of course, our TypeScript. We're going to use the types node, TS node, ethers.env jest, and, so TypeScript, of course, for our TypeScript nodes, types node for our TypeScript, for the types of our TypeScript, TS node for running our code, ethers for Web3 connection.env for holding our credentials, just for tests, and types for jest, all that good stuff. Just send it in. Yeah, this is going to take a bit of time. It's always okay, this is taking a bit of time, but let's give it a minute. I'm going to turn up the music a little bit. Okay. Well, oh shit, our shit is up. Let's go. Well, now up next, we're just going to be very quickly creating a few folders in here. Let's see if we can get that done. So I just want to also create a few folders in here. I'm just going to create a MKDR. So I'm thinking we should create a source contract So you're going to see how this works now. So we're just going to inside here. Good. And so inside here, we have an SRC folder. We have config, we have contract, ABIs, interfaces. We have our example services in here. So this is what it looks like right now. Right? So this is what it looks like right now. So this looks perfectly fine. And then we're going to create, and so we're going to keep on creating, what do you call it now? A POC. So I want us to create an env file here. So env, and then in here we are just going to get, we're going to create, we're going to get, I think I want us to use an alchemy key, alchemy API key. Then we are going to get probably a private key, and then we are going to get our network, not network ID. We're going to get network. Just give me a minute, guys. So we need to go get our alchemy API key. We're gonna get it over here. So let's see, you can get the alchemy. Yeah, so fortunately I'd created something around this. This was like really because of this day. So I'm gonna create a new app. I'm just gonna call it Lootchain on stream. So we're gonna call this Lootchain on stream. Like I said, I'm just gonna be like rebuilding a lot of stuff, show you guys what the behind the scenes thinking of what I'm doing is. I'm gonna be doing some stuff live, which for the ones that make sense, like what for the more, these are the more foundational things, and so it makes sense for me to show you what it looks like. So let's say description, this is a rebalancing, this is a DeFi rebalancing AI toolchain, AI toolchain, AI agent. And so we're just going to be using for DeFi. I'm just going to go with next. So our chains, you're going to choose Ethereum. And for this, we're just going to, I think our node API is pretty cool. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, cool. Just give me a minute. I need to be sure on a couple of things. Yeah, cool. So we're just gonna go over here, just click on create app. Cool. We have there we go. We have this here. So we're just gonna move this in here. So while we're doing this, we need to just I think next thing that we need to do, let me see if we have that. I don't think we have that set up, to be honest. We have to set up our TS config. Let me see, how does one set up TS config? Let's see anything on cloud. How to set up TS config with JSON. Cool. So okay, so We need to, yeah. So I'm just going to copy this and put this at the root of our project. So jsconfig.json. Just going to paste this in here. And so we need to, so I think, yeah, this definitely we need to have this. Command.js is complete. Strict true, interop, true, skip leave check, true. First consistency kissing in file names. Do we have that? That's true. Out there, distance, SRC, true. I think we have everything that we have. Include, yeah, definitely don't need this. Okay, then. Then so the few things that we're going to do now up next are we're just going to, so our text configuration is done. Let's see what our package.json looks like now. I think it's pretty empty, so we need to install a couple things. We have Jest, we have TS Jest, we have TS Node, do we have Web3? We don't have Web3, so we need to get in Web3. So we're going to do an npmi. We're going to make it a dependency, so we're going to get to Web3, Jest. We're also going to get, we already have our .env. Do we have that already? We have TypeScript. Okay, I think that's just the only thing we need. Let's see if we can get that in. Speaking of which, oh, okay. I think it's just Web3, to be honest, when I think about this. Speaking of which, I think I saw somewhere today about how it is that Web3.js is shutting down in March the 4th. So I have to migrate a bunch of projects from Web3.js to VM. Definitely not Itas.js because the V4 has breaking changes with V3. So let's see if this works. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's in. So just going to almost immediately so we're just going to create a basic file right now to just verify our setup. I'm going to go to test. We have a test file. I think we should have a test file somewhere. Examples. We should have a test file. Do we have a test file? We don't have a test file. Okay, so we need to create a quick test file that just allows us to just very quickly look at to see if our setup is working right now. SRC. We're just going to create something very tiny. Let's create let's create something inside here and just test.ts. Rename. Oh no! I need to rename, not test.ts. And then what I need to do, I want to put in, so I want to do a quick import Web3 from Web3, and then just do an import. Do we have a config? How are we dealing with this private key? Okay, so I think we need to get our private key. So of course I can't show you guys that. So give me a minute. I need to take this away from screen. trying to get my private key. Oh my goodness. I'm going to add some more music because I'm doing a crazy amount of debugging right now. I'm wondering why I need to put in all right, so I can't. I'm trying to debug why I need it, but I don't think I think I. So what I'm going to do is this now, right? So we're just going to very quickly start with we're just going to start dealing with our code right now. So our first stop here is to actually build out our types file, right? So we're going to go down to our SRC, and in SRC we don't have a types file. That's crazy. We should have a types file. I thought I put that in that, but that's crazy. So you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to delete a bunch of stuff here. It doesn't seem to align with what my vision is. So I'm just going to create a folder here. I'm just going to call it types. And then in the types folder, I'm going to have my index.ts. And that will be the entry point of our index.ts. And then in our index.ts, we are going to be creating a couple of like 5 different types that we're going to be exporting. And each of these types is going to have, it's going to be the reason why we're exporting these types. So we're going to be having, we're going to be creating an export interface. So an export interface, and we're going to call this the user reserve data, and I'm going to tell you why we're going to have this data sets, these data sets that we have right here. And then we're going to have another one, another exported type called that we're going to have another interface we're going to have yet another interface that's called the reserve data. I'm going to tell you why we're going to be having all of this interface called reserve data. And we're going to have another one called the base currency info. And I'm going to walk you through why all of this exists. Export called it's going to be called the base currency info. Base currency info. And we're going to be having yet another one called exports. It's going to be called our get user reserves response. So our get user reserves response, I'm going to be telling you why it's get user reserves response. Right. And then we're getting another one that is going to be called our get reserves data response. So export interface. We're going to get this one called, it's going to be the get reserves. Cool. So now we have these 5 different, interfaces. So what they're going to be doing is very easy, really. It's really, when you think about it, so they're going to be the types that we receive back from the contracts, right? This, for example, now is going to contain the actual token address. It's going to contain the token symbol. It's going to contain how much of the token we've supplied, and we're scaling it according to our internal calculations. Then this interface also is going to contain whether we're using this as a collateral or not. It's also going to contain our interest rate if we are borrowing at a fixed rate, then or how much we are borrowing at a variable rate. So many different things within this thing. And so this is the standardization for what is passing through this service. And so it has to conform to this interface, and that is why we have it right here. So we're going to just do that right now. So we're going to, first of all, the token address, the token address, the actual, so we're going to call it, so let's just call this underlying asset, underlying asset. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, and it's going to be a string, and then we're just going to have the next one. But I'm just going to have this symbol. It's going to be a string, and then another one. The next one is going to be for how much of the token we've supplied, scaled for internal calculation. So this one is going to be scaled token balance. Yeah, it's going to be a string, and then we're going to be using another one. And the next one is going to be it's going to be usage as so. The next one is going to be the interest rate if we are borrowing at a fixed rate, right? So let's call it usage as collateral. So as collateral enabled. Yep, there we go. Yeah, sorry guys, music just dropped. Let me find out what the problem is. Real quick. I'm finding out what the problem is. Let's see if I can get some more music going on. This is just reminding me. I actually said I was going to do my best to get do a new mix. Right, this is actually easy for me to get new mix. All right, so let's get some new music. There's something really chill. So yeah, so we've set up the underlying asset interface, we set up the symbol interface, we set up the scale token balance interface, using as collateral enables interface, which I mentioned. The last one is we are trying to know whether we are using this as collateral or not. Then the next one we're going to be creating is the interest rate if we are borrowing it at a fixed rate. That's the next interface we're going to create, and that's going to be stable borrowed rate. That's perfect. Next one we're going to have is how much we've borrowed it at a stable rate. So we're going to call that this. We can call that the scaled borrow rate. No, scaled variable debt. Yeah, scaled variable debt. Jesus Christ, man. So next one we're going to have is how much we borrowed it at a fixed rate, and that's going to be the principal stable debt. And then the last one we have is going to be last time our stable borrow was updated, and now it's going to be the stable borrowed last update timestamp. That makes perfect sense. And so, like I mentioned, this one is, like I said, this one is for it's going to be the actual token address, the actual. Yes. Wow. Again, shout out to guys that are behind cursor. This is perfect because this just deals with the symbol, the skill, token balance of the user, whether user can be perfect. Wow. Again, shout out to cursor, man. Shout out to cursor. This is done. And up next, we're going to be adding the market data types. We're going to be having the underlying. Jesus Christ, man. Let me even write some code. We're going to have the underlying asset, underlying assets. Yeah, it's going to be called the string. Jesus, man. Take it easy. And then up next, we're going to be having the symbol. We're going to be having the symbol, which is the string. Up next, we are going to be having the reserve factor, which already is here, weirdly enough. Oh my goodness, we're going to be having the reserve factor, which is here. Up next, we are going to be having the liquidation threshold, liquidation threshold right here. And then up next, we have the LTV, which is the loan to value ratio, which is very important, which is essentially just how much you can borrow against the assets. We're going to just do, let's see, right? We're just going to be doing, next one is just going to be doing liquid. So that's just the LTV. And that's just a string. And that's just a very simple string, just a loan to value ratio. I'm just going to keep in that here. No. Jesus, goodness gracious. Take it easy. I can't even disable it because like it's really valuable. It does this thing. So I forgot I should actually have had so symbol and decimal. We should have decimals here. Decimals. Yeah, it should actually be a number, not a string. It should be a number, not a string. And yeah, I mean, underlying assets, symbols, decimals, LTV, liquidation threshold, reserve factor. I guess two other things we have to add in are a liquidation bonus. Liquidation bonus of the assets. We should also add in 5 other things. We should definitely add in our usage as collateral. So these are the market configuration flags. These are just these. So usage as collateral enabled. Yeah. But this is important because we want to be able to have the asset being able to use as a collateral across the different exchanges. And almost immediately we want to get our borrowing enabled. Which is Boolean. Oh, Jesus Christ. Next thing, we want to get our stable borrowing rate enabled. So we want to make sure that our borrowing rate is stable. Jesus. Am I really going to have to disable cost of prediction? Okay, we have is active, Boolean, and up next we have is frozen, which is Boolean also. And then you have it really. We have everything that we need for our input for the reserve data. Looks great to me. Almost immediately we are going to be going on to some helper types, which is our base currency info. The base currency info right here is going to be market. It's going to just be 2 things really. We're just going to have market reference to market reference currency unit. So market reference currency units. There's going to be a string, and then the other is just going to be market coin, market currency, market reference, currency decimals. Actually, currency price in USD. If I want to get the ETH price and get the USD price for the front end facing development. Currency price in USD. This. So I mean that's pretty much it. We're gonna get that out, and then the last two are just going to be I'm just gonna add this name here. So, and there you have it. So what this helps us do is that it helps our chart work with Aave's data in a type safe way, so that when we fetch user positions or market data, TypeScript will know exactly what fields we can access, and this prevents further bugs and makes our code more reliable. For example, if I want to check if a user is liquidated, we can simply just use this. We can simply use this, right? This right here, and to see how much they borrowed and supplied. Reserve data, on the other hand, is great for checking liquidation thresholds. And the base currency info that we have right here is just to convert everything, swap it to USD. Ethereum and USD. Sorry, guys. We had like I mentioned, I am just getting back from being a little out of it. So I mean, so that's what we have right there, and almost immediately, what we want to do is to go on to now. So now we have a little skeleton that we can work with. So give me a minute, guys. I need to be able to get this ready for you so we can. All right, guys. Almost immediately, what we need to do is to go on to create our connection with. Give me a minute. What is this about? Yeah, that was weird. So almost immediately, what we need to do is to just create a little thing where we can a connection between our services, and the Arbitrum network services, because we are going to be using Arbitrum to try out the work we are doing right now, since it's a little proof of concept, right? So what I want to do is I want to get the Arbitrum ABIs that allow us to do this. The reason why we are doing this is because we need to be able to have a connection to dive. Give me a minute. Again. All right. So we're back online. So what I was saying was that we need to almost immediately now we need to get the Arbitrum ABIs. So what the ABIs are in this context is that we need to talk to the Aave contract. The problem with that, however, is that we need the ABIs to be our translator between our TypeScript code and the Ethereum. So without the ABIs, we'll just be making blind calls to the Aave contract, which makes obviously no sense. And also, what the ABIs will do for us is that they will tell TypeScript what data types to expect, and they prevent us from calling functions that do not exist. So what we want to do now almost immediately is that we want to go to this link I'm going to put over here. We're going to go to the docs right here. We're going to go to the docs and see if we can get ABIs to use. Or even better, I think there's something we can get from Aave. Let's see. Oh crap! No matching. Oh, there you go. There you go. So once you get the ABIs, cool. So we have this here. Like I mentioned, now what we need to do is that we need to use what we need to do is that we need to use the UI pool data provider, because it gives us a convenient way to fetch both the user positions and the market data in one place. And so what we did, so now that we know where we need to get our ABIs from, we need to start fetching our data fetching service. We need to start building our data fetching service, right? So there's some key methods that we need, however. And so since I have them somewhere already, I'm just going to just take them and just bring them into our product right away. All right, let's see if I can get this here. All right, so we're going to I'll just create a file here called APIs. Yes. So that's it right here. And so almost immediately we want to then go on to create a test file that we can then use to interact with this contract. I'm going to create the file. Here we have a test file here. And so I want to go on to create that in here just immediately. And so just going to very quickly see if GPT can even help. Our cloud can help us with this. We imported web from Web3. We want to go on to import UI pool data. Import UI pool data provider. Perfect. Let me see. Are we from the right place? I think we are going to contract. Okay. Yeah. That would be great. Anyways, I'm just going to comment this out for a bit. I'm just going to do import type, and just go user reserve data from types. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, I'm just gonna get all of this. Just this. No, not all of that. So we're gonna have an interface here. Interface. So guys, my MacBook is getting warm, which is just, as you can imagine, it's terrible news. It's getting warm. So interface decoded. Decoded user reserve data, but not user reserve, just user reserve is fine. And so we're going to have underlying asset, is string. We're going to have scaled token balance. Have string again. We have usage as collateral. Collateral enabled. Boolean. We're gonna have stable. I hope you guys can see and hear me, because I feel like as if I hope I'm not talking to myself. Stable borrow rate string, that's fine. And then we have scaled variable debt. Now we had a scaled variable, and I think that's how we get the principal debt. Yeah, this looks about right. So this looks about right. And we're going to create one more interface. We're going to have the interface decoded reserve, and I'll see if I can get some help from cursor here. So underline asset again, string. Let's see if I can. So symbol string, yeah. Decimals, yeah. Reserve factor. Yes, definitely. Liquidation threshold. Yeah, definitely do not mindlessly accept anything from Claude. So let's reserve factor is fine. So name decimals. So name string, symbol, decimals, base TVL as collateral, base LTV as collateral. That's going to be a string, and we have our reserve factor. No, we should have reserve liquidation threshold string, reserve liquidation bonus string. And we have a reserve factor string. We have our usage as collateral enabled, yeah. Borrowing enabled, stable borrowing rate enabled. So we have reserve factor, we have usage as collateral, we have a borrowing rate. Borrowing enabled is fine. Stable borrowing enabled is fine. It's active, it's frozen, all good, all perfectly good. So let's get all of this done. And so what we want to do almost immediately after this is just go on to set up our async function, our main function that handles everything here. Async main and async function main, and just do a try catch. Do a catch in here. Sorry, guys. We could just keep and just toss in our catch at the end of this. Just make it a simple error, and just have the load. The error comes out as a load, and just get a main here, and just toss in our catch in here, and just log a console for us. That's cool. So what's the problem here? Oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah. And so in here we can just very quickly. Sorry, guys. Since we probably do not need all of this, I'm just going to be commenting out the things we don't need right now. I'm going to comment this out. I want to make sure that this code runs first. So what we want to do here is that we want to initialize Web3 with the Arbitrum URL. We want to initialize Web3 with the Arbitrum URL. So we just simply do const Web3 provider, but instead of Web3 provider in this context, we're just going to use the Arbitrum URL straight up. I'm just going to bring that in right now. I'm going to bring this in here, right here. So once we initialize that, then what we want to do is now initialize our data provider contract. And so we're going to toss that in right here to initialize the data. So I'm just going to initialize data provider contract. And just go. And so what I want to do is I want to do a const UI pool data provider, right? And no, that's not it. So we just simply have to break this down a little bit. It's perfectly fine, however, but we need to go on to then comment this out. There is something wrong here. Oh, really? We don't have anything called that? That's interesting. We have this here. It's not exported, it's exported. Close all. We have this exported. Oh, okay. Of course. That makes sense. It should actually be. The problem is that it is here as UI pool data provider ABI. Why here it is UI pool data provider? So you should add ABI to it, and we should be good. Yeah. Just need to add ABI here, and we should be good. Yeah. Oh no, where is this now coming from? So this is addresses dot. Let's see if this ABI. So what's the problem here? The problem is that we can't find the addresses. Okay, let's see what the problem is. Let's go down to this again. Okay. But we have addresses here. So what's the problem? So we have this exported as an address. I have the addresses here. And when that goes into that should work perfectly. Let's I'm gonna try to. So this is one of the great things that Corsa can do for you. You can definitely go into your code because this should work ideally because we have this here, right? And we have this, right? We have so this is wonky, but that is a problem because this is perfectly fine here. So the cultural addresses are dead. So I'm asking now. So this should work because we have this in the ABIs file. ABIs file. What is the problem? All right, guys, I need to stand up a little. My legs are aching now. Oh. Okay. So I need to bring it in too. Okay, so I need to bring it in. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, so I need to go to do that now right away. So bring this in. Right, cool. So I think so. What then is the problem here? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that should work now. All right, now, so what we want to do, what I want to do is that I want to just go on to just get a console log, just see if this is even working in the first place. So we console.log, just say our contract is initialized, initialized. Just bring in a smiley in here. For a little bit of that pizzazz, you know. And then I want to oh my goodness, I need to stand up for a bit. Come guys. Oh. Oh. Alright. So good, I had to stretch my legs a little bit. Hurting for no fucking reason. But yeah, so now we need to test if we can get the list of available addresses as has been passed into the ABI. So I mean that's pretty much what you need to do up next, but before doing that, we need to set up a call to this. So do a call, and this is a call function. No, not that. A proper call function. Interesting. Why is that not working? So we should be doing a. You know what? I get it. So after getting this, we need to then get the list of available assets. So let's get the sets in the pool. Actually, this is the perfect, because all we need to do is we need to get the UI pool provider and then get the methods. This is just wow. That works. That should work perfectly. No, that is not working. This should be gone. We shouldn't have this here. So yes, this should work, because we're doing a UI provider dot methods UI provider dot methods dot get reserves list. Get reserves list. So we get reserves. Get reserves list. Yep. And then pass in what we need to pass in the addresses in here. Perfect. And then this. And then we need to do a console log of you do a console log, 2 console logs actually, to see if we can get. So let's do a console.log. Yeah, this sounds about right. But for this one, I want to get just the first 3. So I want to do something like reserves list, your slice. No, it's reserves actually. This, however, should be. I want this to be found. Yep, that sounds about right. So essentially what we're doing here is that we're just connecting to the Arbitrum network. Then we are going on to initialize we are going to connect to the Arbitrum network. We're going to initialize our Aave data provider contract. And I'm making our first call to get the first available assets. Now we're going to add position tracking. What position tracking is just going to do is just going to check our real users' positions and get the market data that we're using to work with it. That's pretty much what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to test, as we already are in. Oh my goodness, my legs hurt. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, I need to get some exercises here. And then we're going to be very quickly building out. Give me a minute, guys. We're going to be building out, do some tracking. So I'm just going to open this very quickly, and where we are going to do. Oh crap. So after getting this, now what we need to do is almost immediately. Oh my goodness. Guys, I need to restart my IDE. Is lagging. I shall be back. Okay, back. Starting off this again. Give me a minute, guys. I need to restart my whole. Wow. It's gonna be a problem. Just give me a minute, guys. We're having some technical difficulty. All right, so like I mentioned, what we're doing up next is, so we had a bit of technical difficulty. It's just like my laptop like I mentioned, it's getting warm, so I think I've been using it for way too long today. So what we're doing up next is just going to be very quickly getting we're going to be creating. We're going to essentially this is going to be we're going to be creating this as a diagnostic tool on Aave, which connects Aave to Arbitrum. It fetches the user's position. If you're just joining us, this is a tool that allows us, that connects Aave to Arbitrum. It fetches user positions and it decodes and displays their collateral positions, their borrowing positions, and overall account health. So right now, what we've done now is that we've gotten all the list of available assets. First of all, gotten the data provider contract, which is first of all, we connected to Arbitrum. Then we got the data provider contract. Then we got this contract initialized. Then we got the list of available assets in the pool. And then up next, we are going to go on to test the get user reserves data interface using a known user. So I'm just going to do a very simple thing where I do const const test user. I'm just going to have this equal to like a known user. I'm just going to copy a contract address that I have already. And I'm just going to console.log running test. So I'm going to do a quick one here. Fetching positions for test user. That sounds perfect. Okay, so up next, we're just going to be making raw calls to get the data. We're going to do a console.log. We're just going to make very, very detailed. Actually, should we know? We are making calls to get the data. So what we should do is do a const user reserves users data. Use data reserves data, right? Now we're gonna have a promise all, because it is essentially going to make a promise to all of this endpoints, and with the intent of getting it right back. Oh my goodness! And so we're just gonna do this very quickly. We're just gonna do we're gonna do a web3 dot eth dot call. I'm just going to do a very, very low level call, to this. I'm just going to do to the address dot ui pool. Remember what this is for, right? This is from what we have at our ABIs here. And then almost immediately we are going to go on to refer then to our data, which we already have here. Shout out to data. So you're going to go, our call is going to be to the UI pool data provider dot methods. This is wrong. Because why is this wrong? This is wrong because so UI pool data dot methods dot get reserves data test data dot encode ABS. What is the problem here? So reserves data test. I'm just gonna move all of this first. So just get this going. So UI pool dot methods that user reserves data dot encode ABI. Okay, we already have that here. So I wonder what the problem is. We're going to find out now. We don't have this in here. Just have the address test user. Right, so I'm going to find out why this is. Okay, this is just a. So because we need to add one more of this. So web the eth call correct to the address that we're making that call to with the data, passing in the data, reserves data, and then we have what's the problem? So we have two addresses for we have the data, reserves data, and then this should be going to addresses. This should be going to So this should be what works for us. So what we want to do when we get this, when we make this call, we want you to decode these responses manually, which is really crazy. But this is what we have to do. We have to get really, when you're writing a lot of DeFi applications, you really cannot. Unfortunately, we would have been able to do this with subgraph, but with the graph, but the subgraphs are not working. So we have to do this manually. So what we have to do up next is that we have to decode responses manually. When we get our decode parameters, we make them tuples, and then we begin to map it from the response from the response from Aave, and we map it to our interfaces to be sure that everything is correct. That's what we're going to do. So let's get into that. So const user reserves. Dot eth dot abr dot decode parameters. Okay, so on line assets, yeah, this seems like very much like what we need. So this is, so you can see, if you see, all of this is mapped to what we have up here, you know. So this is our decoder. So now we can uncomment this, and we know that it's going to work for us because now we have it mapped to our what do you call it now, right? So up next, we're going to just be doing our reserves decoded, which is equivalent of what we have up here in our interface. So we're just going to get this going on here. We'll have no, we're not logging that. I mean, we could log it now, but what's the point? So we're gonna have our const reserves, yeah, and then we're gonna have this. I'm just gonna keep this here for now. And then very quickly we are going to go up here because we need to have this as a tuple. The type, first of all, has to be recognized to be a tuple. So I just realized that we are skipping a few steps. So we're going to wrap all of this in this, and then we're going to put all of this in here. Exactly. This is what it needs to be. We're going to move this name. There's no need for this. You just have this as a type tuple component in here, and we're good. And so all we need to do next is just have this and then just almost immediately we need to go on to this. I'm going to go into type tuple, and let's see if this works. Yeah, this works. Only thing that we need to add now, we need to add in a bit more of this. So we have the underlying asset, we have the name, we have the symbol, we have the decimals. Now we need to add a bit more of this, right? So we need to add all of this. So we need to just copy this, and hopefully the autocorrect, what's it called again? Yes, perfect. There you have it. There you have it. So we have that coming, and reserves data is in. So almost immediately we want to go on to const user reserves. No, I don't need to do that. So we just need to do user reserves decoded. That's perfect. and then we have a const reserves equals reserves decoded 0 as decoded reserve. There you go. There's a bit more of this that we need to do to set up this test. Well, yeah, there's a lot more that we're going to do, and we're going to be going over it. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find out. Am I still streaming? Okay. I wasn't sure. But when did I thought I was talking to myself. I'm trying to see where the stream is. All right, cool, beautiful. Sorry. There you go. So, anyway, there's a bunch of these that we need to set up. But there you go. This is a small skeleton of what you can expect as a test. that helps everyone, helps you really map your response and request to Aave, and to make sure that things work perfectly. When I'm ending the stream in a minute now, thank you all for hanging with me. The code for this will be available on my GitHub. I'm going to be attaching it to this stream. The proof of concept that's properly working and everything. And all that good stuff. We're going to be building this simple proof of concept on MakerDAO on Compound. So get ready. There's a lot that's going to be coming up during the course of this period of time. So make sure that you see. Oh, we have comments. I shall be. I'm only just saying that we've been asked to turn up the music a little bit. Well, yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining in. We're going to be creating the same type of proof of concept on MakerDAO tomorrow, and then on Compound. And then what we'll do then is now going to set up a system where all of this work together. So it's a proof of concept. So they're just going to be working all together and all of that good stuff. It's going to be really, truly an exciting experience. I hope that you all come and join for the stream of tomorrow. Thank you so much. We're going to be building out an amazing experience. So really, come on, join in. Thank you for joining the stream, guys, today. I have to be ending now. Hope that everyone has an amazing night today.